Once Android Studio is finished, then you can, of course, flip back and forth in your main activity and look at your design or look at your code. What we're going to do right away is we're going to add a new activity. To do that, you go up here to Java, open up this right here, and make sure that you're in this top one. Don't use these down here. Right-click on there and say a new activity, and then an empty activity, and it's called this second activity. Just like that. And finish. Notice it pops up tabs right away for everything. Everything is all set. Wait for it to quit running here. And now let's go ahead and look at our first activity main here. Okay. We want it to look something like this when we're done. Right here, actually our first one, okay? Let's look something like that. That's from your instructions, okay? Let's go ahead and take this first, let me make mine a little bigger here. There we go. Take this hello world text view. We're going to take and disconnect it from the bottom here like that. And then we're going to take and we're going to add an edit view, text. And this is a simple text, right? A multi-line, a plain text right here, okay? Right there. Take and drag that into there. And then we're going to take and add two buttons. That's under common. Button. And a button like that. Once again, you want to take and contain this, okay, and all the different sides here, so you always connect that up to that top one there. Right side, left side, different ways of doing this. Choose your own, whatever you feel comfortable with. There, you got to constrain all these so they don't slide around when your program's running. Same thing for this one here, slide over. Whoop, come on, there we go, right there. And right there, okay. Once again, you see that turns green when you can slide it like that. Oh, missed it. Like that. We can slide things around a little bit. There we go. Just like slide that down there like that. Lovely. Something like that. And now let's switch over to our activity second one right there. Okay. And let's add some stuff to that. Okay. We're going to put a text view and a text view. Let's see if we go to common. There's a text view right there at the top. One there. One here. And two buttons. One here and one here. And once again, play around with all your constraints, getting these things all set up. This one goes all the way to the top. And this one here goes to that one. Come on, let go. Get out of the way. Like that. And that one goes to there like that. And that one goes there like that. And then you can put that one at the bottom like that. And then once again, if you want, you can take and select these. Just another way to do it, okay? And you can say, I want this top one here. I lost my constraints here. I don't know how that happened. There we go, our constraints in there. There we go, now we're showing. Grab that top one there, put pluses on this and put these at 8. Just another way to do it. Same thing for this one here. We'll put pluses on there and make those 8. Not sure why those constraints didn't show up over here right away. I don't know. Plus and plus. 8 and 8. And same thing for down here. Just taking plus 8, 8. I'll set everything up nice. Maybe move it up a little bit further. Like that, and like that, and like that, like that. Beautiful, okay. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to set all of the attributes, okay. Start out with our main activity, activity main, start out with this one, okay? You don't want to say hello world, okay? And we don't have to name that because we aren't going to change that. But we're going to change the text of that to activity 1, so you know that you're switching back and forth, okay? The second one down here, we're going to call that edit text city, like that. And then we're going to take and we're going to make the text of that grand, and then put a hyphen, okay, or a minus between it, rapids, like that. And then the hint can be something like in type in city, or something like that. Okay, and then this button here, we're going to call this button second activity. And once again, if you can't quite read these, go check out the document that I wrote for each one of these, and it should show exactly what to set each one of these attributes at. This right here, this button is going to say second activity. It's going to show up right there in just a moment. Okay, there it is. And this button here is going to say weather. That's going to get the weather for us. And we're going to call that button what? Browser. That gets us to a web browser, okay? Like that. And then to switch over to our second activity, let's name some stuff here. Once again, this one here doesn't do anything. If something doesn't do anything, it just sits there. I usually don't name it, but you can if you wish, okay? We're going to put activity 2 in there, so that's going to pop up so we'll be able to see it. This text for now, I'm just going to put city in there, okay? And I want to call this text view city, like that, okay? And then we have an extra button in here. Oh no, I can get rid of this bottom button here. I'm sorry. I made you put in an extra button, all for naught. Okay. We're going to constrain that down there like that. Move it back up again a little bit. What was I thinking? I don't know. This button here, we're going to call that button return. Like that. And this puts something like some text in here like return to main activity, like that, okay? And so that'll show up right there, return to main activity. Good, we got all of our widgets and our attributes all set.